How you doing? David Hall here with Coldwell Banker, coming to give you another quick video. I am an investor myself, an agent, partner, manager, all things real estate expert in general. So the question today is, am I ready to buy a house? And my question is, are you ready to buy a house? A lot of people want to, a lot of people start looking, especially with Zillow and Trulia. You can look all day, every day. You can set up alerts for yourself, and so you feel like you're home shopping, but there's a few steps that need to be taken before you're actually ready to purchase. The first one is get pre-approved. If you're looking for a home and you're not pre-approved, unfortunately what happens the majority of the time is you'll find your dream home, and by the time you look at it and go to put in an offer, you're not pre-approved, which takes just a couple days to do sometimes a week or so, depending on how organized you are. But depending on the market, a day or two or a week can be the difference between getting the house and not. So the first step is talk to a bank, get pre-approved. Get pre-approved based on a monthly payment that you're going to be comfortable with. Sometimes they approve you for way up here, and really what you're comfortable paying is down here. So get a pre-approved and figure out how much house you can afford and still live comfortably. So the next thing is down payment. Oftentimes people are interested in buying a house, but they have no down payment. So there are a few no down payment options. None of them are ideal. Typically you're going to have to pay more in insurance costs, maybe higher interest rates, more in closing costs. So it's best if you can come up with a down payment. My Dave Ramsey fans out there will say you should put 20% down. You can put as little as 3% down. And then, like I said, there are some zero down programs. Reach out to me if you want to hear about those. But figure out exactly, and as part of your pre-approval, what you're going to need to purchase a home, because even on a zero down, you're still going to have closing costs. You're still going to have to pay some fees that every buyer has to pay. So just be aware of those. I can talk some of those through with you, so you know exactly how much house you can afford and what your expenses are going to be in order to purchase that in the first place. Next thing is time frame. Typically, after you put in an offer, it takes 45 days from the day that your offer is accepted to close. Now, sometimes it's sooner than that, sometimes it's longer than that. But if, for instance, you're renting and your lease is up November 1st, you're going to want a couple weeks to move too. So you're going to want to work that back. 15 days, which would give you 2 weeks to move, would be you need to close by October 15th. So 45 days beyond that. In the reverse is going to be September 1st is when you would want to have your offer in on a house. So if you're thinking of moving and you need to move by November 1st, I would start looking mid-August. Oh, and look at that, it's mid-August right now. So if you're looking, give me a call, especially if your lease is up November 1st. But the other thing to consider is if you have realistic expectations on what you're looking for. If you want, that goes for homeowners, investors, everybody. Everyone wants the best deal possible, which is great, but you have to figure out what the best deal is for you. Recognizing that if you want the absolute perfect house, it might take you years to find it, which is fine if that's what you want to do. Just be prepared for the long run. If you want a house that doesn't need much work, that you can fix up and it's going to be worth a lot more once you fix it up, and you want to get it for a deal, sometimes you can't have it all. So figure out what's going to be most important to you. Figure out where you're willing to make sacrifices, if you are, and then talk to a licensed agent like myself. I can help you set up alerts. We can go look at some homes. I always recommend, if you're just starting out, that we go look at some homes to kind of see, say you're pre-approved for a certain amount, let's look at some homes in that range and figure out if that is even the type of house that you want. Because $200,000, if you're pre-approved for that much, let's say in Okemos, is going to buy you one type of house. In Lansing, it's going to buy you a completely different type of house. So talk with me and I can help you figure out exactly what you're looking for, what area, what features you want in a house, and then we can go from there. But the more you think about it up front, the more you're prepared up front, the smoother the whole transaction will go, and the happier you'll be with your new home. So again, David Hall coming at you from Coldwell Banker. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to help whenever I can. Talk to you soon.